So guys, the S&P 500 just posted its worst week since September. What I want to go over in this video is where I see the opportunities, if I see some continuation of shorts, or if I see some opportunities to start going long. So let's go over the charts. Let's break it down together and let's see where the opportunities could be lying. So right now I'm looking at SPY. So you guys can see I have SPY up here on my charts. And the first thing I want to do is look at the trend and look at our higher moving averages. So if we look here, we can see that we had this kind of uptrend on the S&P 500 right here, right? So we can see this is a perfect uptrend. 1, 2, 3 touches, and you can see right there at the beginning of the week we lost that uptrend. So that gives me the idea that, you know, we might be in for more, possibly more selling pressure this following week. Now, if we turn on our moving averages, I'm going to just keep it at the 200-day moving average, because you can see that is the exact place that we are trying to hold right now. That is the saving grace for the S&P 500 right now. It's holding on to dear life at that 200-day moving average. If we start losing that 200-day moving average, then we could start seeing that real flush to the downside. But bulls are holding on to that level. Now, if we look at our zones right now, we are at a weekly level. So we're going to look at our higher time frame. So we can see right here, this is a major level of demand. This is our major demand zone around that 582 level. You can see that was our old all-time high level right there. We broke out of that level and the markets kind of just were grinding to the upside. And this is one of the first times we had obviously this little pushback down, but we never lost that trend line. This is the first time that we are losing that trend line on this grind higher. So let's go to a daily time frame and let's see if we have any major zones at those levels as well. So now when we look at our daily time frame, we can see we have some more major demand levels. So we have this 512 area. So this is a major demand level right here, and the level that we are currently at. So let me just put this zone right here, which is a major supply area. That's our all-time highs. Obviously, that's going to give us some resistance. That's going to give us some trouble when we reach that area once again. But let's look at the level that we are currently at right now. So I'm not even sure if I should put this as a demand or as a supply level. For now, we'll put it down as a demand level, because we can see the S&P is kind of poking its head kind of slightly above this level. So this is the major area that we are holding on to right now. So let's look right there. So we came to this area. This was back in September, and we had this breakout above this area. So we had this breakout. We can see we had just a small retest of that area right there, and bulls absolutely took over, and we were making higher highs. We were holding on to the demand level. We were holding on to that trend line, and we can see right now we are back at that demand level. So we are holding on to that demand level once again. This is Friday, and to end the week, we ended right at that demand zone. We're poking our head slightly above that level, which tells us bulls are kind of trying to hold on to that level going into next week. But like I said before, we are coming here after losing that major trend line. So this is a possible scenario that I see, which is we could hold this level. Bulls could try their best to hold this level going into FOMC week, and we could start grinding higher. But this trend line is the area to watch, where we could see that resistance, we could see that rejection, and this could be the area where we start to lose that major 571 level. If we go to a shorter time frame, we can see here, maybe let's go to a 60-hour time frame. We can see here we had a small, that small breakout right here, which is usually a quick liquidity grab. But those bulls, they held on. They're holding on to this area. But for this coming week, I would be watching this area break. If we start to lose 570 again, Yeah, things could get ugly. That redness could continue. That selling pressure could continue. There is another trend that I want you guys to keep an eye on as well, though, which is this trend line right here to the downside. So we have this trend line right here. Let's take a quick look at this level as well. So if we look at this trend line, this is the trend that held for today. So let's just take this away. So we can see right here, we also have a downward trend line going, and we can see that is the exact level to the penny that held today. So right now, we are trying to make a high right here. You can see today, we are trying to make a high. We bounced off that trend. We are trying to make a high right there, but that could be the area where we start to lose this right here. So this is that area we could start to lose this. So in my mind, I think bears are in control. Bulls are trying. This is the area that they need to try to hold on to. But I think bears will eventually win when we start reaching these higher levels. When you see us reaching these levels at the higher trend lines, I would be very, very wary. I would be very cautious of any long positions because it has been a very weak market. Sellers have been stronger. We have tariffs, we have inflation, we have jobs report, we have FOMC coming up. So we have a lot of reasons for this thing to continue to the downside. So guys, I just wanted to give you guys a small breakdown of the overall markets, things to look forward to next week. The only way to be prepared is to be prepared. So if you guys have any questions, just leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.